It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, Kevin Hart on his podcast, his show Straight from the Heart, apologized again to the LGBTQ community. Now, if you haven't heard or seen these apologies, here it is.
I will say this, and I want to make this very clear, and I'm going to say it just in case you guys try to take this and chop it up. I will rebuttal with this piece right here. Once again, Kevin Hart apologizes for his remarks that hurt members of the LGBTQ community. I apologize.
At the end of the day, that's all he can do. Mm-hmm. But always remember, the best apology is change behavior. But we have to stop acting like culture hasn't changed dramatically. And a lot of things people got away with 5 or 10 years ago aren't acceptable now. But I don't care who it is. You shouldn't have to keep apologizing for your past mistakes. Just apologize and continue to be better.
It doesn't make it right. But like you said, he apologized. He apologized a couple of times.
Well, he said he thought it was okay to talk like that because that's how we talk to one another. He said now he understands that it is wrong.
Why are we acting like that wasn't the case for real, though? Like it was in all the music. You know how many songs had that word in there?
I mean, your favorite rapper,
on, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like how popular was No Homo in New York City when Cameron and them was saying it forever?
It wasn't just Cameron. It was the whole culture at that time.
Well, that's probably why people don't want to do things like host the Oscars, because they do bring up every little thing that's ever happened. So for him, I guess that was something that was a dream of his, and then you get put under this crazy spotlight at that time.
It's crazy. People are holding people to higher standards than you hold your president of the United States of America.
So now let's talk about this R. Kelly docuseries and all of the aftermath after the 6-part docuseries aired on Lifetime. Mm-hmm. Now, police are investigating threats that R. Kelly's manager made to Joycelyn Savage's family. According to a new police report that the blast got, R. Kelly's manager, Don Russell, is still trying to threaten and intimidate people that are connected to his client's alleged victims. Joycelyn Savage is supposedly living under R. Kelly's control. And that's currently happening right now. And
the other girl as well, too, right?
Yes. Azriel.
Azriel, yeah.
Now, Joycelyn Savage, her father, the police were there while the manager called and threatened that they would be forced to distribute information that would ruin him, his reputation, businesses, and family because it would show him to be a liar.
Well, that's pretty normal. I've gotten threats from R. Kelly's team over the years.
They did say that R. Kelly would film a lot of things and part of the reason why he would film himself having sex was because that was a form of blackmail. That he would threaten to put these tapes out or threaten to put certain things that they set out and force him to say things so that he could use it later on.
By the way, if you film yourself peeing on a 14-year-old girl, the only person you're blackmailing is yourself.
Yeah, that came back to bite him in the ass with that one.
You think?
All right, now here is Joycelyn's father who had this to say to his daughter after the docuseries aired.
Joycelyn, this is your father. I know you watched the documentary yesterday. I hope you watched the documentary yesterday. I hope you call your mother, call your daddy, call your sister. We love you so much. We have not heard from you, and I want to say Daddy will always love you. No matter what the circumstances is, I will always be here for you.
I don't think she's seen the documentary. If you've seen the documentary, you know that R. Kelly pulled the cable out. So I'm sure none of those girls seen that, but...
Yeah, and you can't even shoot up the house because your girl's in there. You know
now, R. Kelly had a Facebook page that was called Surviving Lies, and that page has been pulled off of Facebook after they posted alleged text messages between R. Kelly and one of the young females where she keeps calling him daddy. According to a spokesperson for Facebook, they said the page violated our community standards and has been removed. We do not tolerate bullying or sharing others' private contact information and take action on content that violates our policies as soon as we are aware.
You know, it's interesting, too. R. Kelly and his team, they will make threats now. I mean, you know...
they made a threat to you?
Oh, absolutely.
What'd they say?
I mean, they've been making threats to me for years, but I remember last year, I think it was after they reported he was keeping the girls in, like, the coat, and I gave him Donkey of the Day, and I told everybody to go to his page and hashtag PP14. Mm-hmm. They was like, you know, R. Kelly would like like for you to meet him at a hotel.
Oh, he's going to pee on you.
Like, what? Man, shut up. He was like, he'd like for you to meet you at a hotel. He just wants to talk. Like, what I look like?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a great idea.
Exactly. What do I look like?
Now, Sante McGee is the first person that he targeted on that Facebook page, and they actually spoke to her at TMZ, and she is challenging R. Kelly to take a lie detector test live if he wants to prove that he's actually telling the truth about these things. Another person who has commented is his ex-wife, Andrea Kelly. Now, they had posted this video of her from a few years ago on her Instagram actually dancing and singing.
Yes, that is my baby daddy playing in the background. What y'all about? Questions, you have passed my test. Happy people, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I ain't understand that one. Everything that she went through with him and the other females and his kids, I don't understand that one.
Yeah,
like,
I would think she can't listen to any
nothing.
R. Kelly music. I mean,
nothing he wrote, nothing he's in, nothing.
Well, she posted, "Thank God for his grace, guidance, love, and deliverance. I celebrate the women I am today. Though some won't expose the pain-filled, scared, abused woman I was. Stop. I am no longer afraid, no longer willing to silence my pain and sugarcoat the abuse I endured because of how my abuser and his legal team were threatening to come against me. If I didn't choose wisely, no more. Don't speak about my growth or journey, especially if you have never been abused. And for the ones that have endured my pain, have been in the place I was in years ago as in my past, you're not alone." From covering bruises and saying you bumped into the counter to telling his coworkers he's a wonderful provider and a good man to avoid a beating for saying the opposite. I was you. I want you to know you don't have to cover for your abuser anymore.
Yeah, I mean, she's absolutely right, but I still think, her being on her Instagram playing one of his songs is sending the wrong message because, you're still normalizing his behavior because that music is what gave him power. That music is what gave him influence. That music is what gave him money to be able to manipulate those women.
Right, and this was some years ago. This wasn't like she just posted.
Oh, that wasn't a new video?
No, it's not new.
Oh.
This is an old video.
I mean, I don't listen to his sexual music because I think it's impossible to separate the art from the artist when it comes to R. Kelly. Because
do you listen to songs?
You listen to some of it?
It's really one song I like from R. Kelly, which is the I Wish remix because it reminds me of my homeboy Drug Arnett who was killed a few years ago.
That's the sad thing about it. A lot of his music is a certain time in your life. Like I remember Step in the Name of Love. I was dancing with my firstborn Madison, and we were dancing around the house. Like that's how I remember that song. But
I can't listen to a lot. I don't listen to none of his sexual stuff because you can't separate the art from the artist because a lot of his art is based off the crimes he was committing.
Well, I don't listen to any of it.
Like he wrote "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number" for a 15-year-old girl, Aaliyah, rest in peace, that he married. That's a little nuts. Not to mention the whole Pied Piper thing, which I've been put y'all on to. Is the Pied Piper was a guy who used music to lure a bunch of kids out of a village, never to be seen again.
Right.
So,
As they call them, hiding in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.